People always say, out with the old and in with the new. Well, this is seen every day with technology. They are changing and updating at an unbelievable rate. Most Americans have some sort of modern technology like cell phones and computers. They find these gadgets so appealing because they are easy to use and you can depend on them to give you information. This is the problem though. Are humans becoming too dependent on these little devices?
I'm definitely pro-technology. My livelihood depends on it, right? I teach technology here at Fort Pierce Central High School. And not just Microsoft Office, but I also teach Networking 1 and Networking 2, and that's, how the computers work, how the networks operate. So it's my livelihood. So I'm obviously pro, but there are some bad things that go with it, as we all know. People kind of get addicted to it. Texting and driving, for example. I don't know my own mother's phone number anymore because my phone remembers that for me and I never have to dial it anymore.
I'm not pro-technology, and why? Because we rely too much on it and we need to have our brains think for us.
It allows us to do things more quickly, more efficiently, and we don't want to go back to doing things the old-fashioned way, We used to have typewriters, now we have word processors that spell check our documents for us so we don't have to, catch our own misspellings. So, people come to rely on that stuff. But again, people forget how to spell because they don't have to know anymore, right?
We use technology every day in our lives, ranging from our cars to our computers, our phones, even the lights that light up a room. It's all from electricity. That's every day. You cannot live without technology with the way things are.
People are dependent on technology now because it provides an ease of access to do things that we otherwise could not. Like physical mail, people don't really care about physical mail anymore. They can just whip out their phone and it's all about email now. There's no more typewriters. We have word processing software. We have all these things that make our lives easier. So I feel that it's not really dependent. We use it more just because it's easier for us.
That's fun. There's a lot of fun things to do on technology. You have all your video games, you have all your internet gaming, and all the programs and every newscast is on that internet. So there's a lot to learn and a lot to do.
Technology has affected my life in a great way. I can say that it's really opened up my eyes to what the rest of the world is like because it's not uncommon these days for you to talk to someone from China or Germany or any other place in the world. It really allows you to have a perspective of what's going on around you and where you are and what's going on and how people elsewhere really live their lives. It's a whole new perspective.
It's providing my livelihood. Plus I enjoy it, I really do. I've been in computers since they were computers. Commodore 64, I had one of those, a Trash 80, the first 386 base PC all the way up to what we have today. I even own an Apple product now.
Well, ever since I was, I think, around 3 or 4, my parents got me, the family, the first computer. So I grew up with computers around my life, even before consoles. That's why I prefer computers to this day. But I grew up around that, and it has influenced me to this day. As I grew more and more intrigued by technology, like how does it work, or how does it really connect to something.
The percent of children who use mobile devices on a daily basis, at least once a day or more, has more than doubled from 8% to 17%. A third of students have access to a device, typically laptops or tablets, in their school.
I think that's because kids are they really soak in all information that's given to them. Like when I was a kid, if you'd have handed me a phone from today, I'd have had no idea what to do with it. But if you were, when I have a few nieces and nephews, and if you hand them a phone, they already have it figured out. They know what to do with it. I think it's like anything you give to a kid. They're just gonna figure it out no matter what. It's kind of just part of childhood.
Well, as time goes on, technology gets better and better. And younger kids, if they're born today, they are born with everything we have now. With all the newest smartphones, all the newest computers, all the newest gadgets. And it's right there for them to play with. And as technology gets better and better, it becomes more integrated into their daily life.
I believe that schools as of now are not dependent enough. I feel like technology is still being incorporated into schools on a wider scale. We have we have many classes that are completely internet and technology dependent. I think that we're going to see a day in the future where all classrooms are equipped with technology. Kids are going to have tablets. Soon enough, in our very own county, all students are going to have their own personal laptops for schoolwork. I think that no, it's not dependent enough yet, and in the future we're going to see much more technology in classrooms.
They're not dependent at all. You go back 5 years and the use of technology in the classroom, it wasn't as much as we are now. We don't have. Before then, it was only 1 or 2 computer labs to a school, but you come to now and you have computer labs in every school, and it's implemented in our education. Like right now, the class I'm in right now in networking 2, our entire course is based online. You could also say the same thing for credit retrieval. You do it online. Even in classrooms where you're playing Kahoots, you use your phone and you answer it. It's a lot more efficient of a way than just using a Jeopardy game and splitting up into teams. You can still do that, but just Kahoot, it's right then. You make it, you do it, and then you whip out your phone and you answer it.
I think it's a big boost to education. I know that school board policy is that you can't have your phone out during class, but you've heard of this game called Kahoots. A lot of people use Kahoots as test prep, and it's a good program for that. So the technology can be useful for the learning process. Aside from that, people can take pictures of notes. They can take pictures of slides that I put up on the screen. It's a great way to take notes. There's a program I would recommend called Evernote. If you haven't tried that, it's a great way to keep your information organized and take great notes. Dependent is bad. Being dependent on anything is bad. I would say that because it may not be here tomorrow. Who knows? Something could happen. There could be an EMP or whatever, knock out all our electronics.
Some experts are saying that the threat of electromagnetic pulse weapons is far from fiction. Doomsday scenarios have the high-altitude bombs launching into the U.S. sky, crippling our nation's electronics and sending our society back to a pre-modern era almost instantly. How prepared are we to stop this threat?
Our power grid is very fragile, and it's susceptible to attack and cyber attack. So it's being dependent on it, and we get the benefits of it, but those benefits could go away at a moment's notice. So we all need to be able to, survive somehow.
So overall, many people have a variety of opinions when it comes to technology. Yours may align with these people or may be vastly different. Now ask yourself, how much do you use technology? And if it disappears tomorrow, how would you react? Also, do you think we are too dependent on technology or not dependent enough?